Good morning. Last November and December, I hiked the Ozark Highlands trail. I did the first 156 miles, went off trail, then came back and finished up. But when I came back, I couldn't get a shuttle driver to take me back to Old Stack because I was eastbound. So I had to pick up at Dave Main's Bluff. So I missed like 11.7 miles of trail. So I'm back today. I parked at Dave Main's Bluff and I am going to hike west, mile 156, and then turn around and come back. So it'll be a little over 23 miles today. And glad to be back on this trail. It is so beautiful here and up on the bluff above the Buffalo River. It's a little socked in. When it lifts, I should get some pretty good views. When I dropped down off the ridge near the river, there was a lot of tall brush like up to my waist. It's hard to see the trail, kind of bushwhacked my way through. But whatever it was, like stung my legs, and I have all these little welts on my legs. And when I got in the water to cross the river, boy, it felt so good on my legs. But then I did something that I learned as a kid. And I made some mud and just smeared it all over my legs. I know it works for like mosquito bites and things like that. It pulls out the toxins as it dries. And so that's what I did. It already is starting to feel better. So good little cure. When I stopped to take a video of those roses, I looked down and to my left. There was a little teeny tiny bunny. It was so adorable. Yeah, he was like, I don't know, he would have fit the palm. If I held him with both hands, he would have fit easily in the palm of my hands. He was so cute. Well, I made it to 156, turned around, going eastbound about 100 yards east of that mile marker is plenty of water. And while I was there having my lunch, I decided to do a quick tick check and found two. Both of them on my legs. So I did treat my shoes and my socks and my shorts for this trip. There's just lots of ticks. I just pulled one off of my arm since I left the water place. When I did this before, I got ticks then, and it was in November and December. I will have to do a very thorough check when I get home. If you're wondering if the mud worked, it did. I was so happy. As soon as I put it on, it was just cooling and soothing to my legs. And the swelling went down within just a matter of minutes. So whatever that obnoxious, noxious plant was, mud combated the results of it. Yippee! If you are westbound, you will come down this road, and at mile 159.9, that's where the trail takes you. It's easy to miss going westbound, but easy to find the road if you're going eastbound. I am so glad to be back on this road. From mile 156 to right here at mile 159.9, it's pretty overgrown and walking through a lot of brush. And on the way back, I pulled 29 ticks off of me along the way. I was walking as fast as I could. I wanted to get out of there. So I'm glad to be on this little road for a while. Well, that's a wrap. Made it back here to the car. A couple things I just wanted to note is from mile 156 to 160 is a lot of overgrown terrain and lots of ticks. And then mile 160 to 164 is a gravel road walk, which was nice. And then the river, Richland Creek, when I crossed it, it was not moving hardly at all. It was, at the point I crossed, it was up to my waist, I think, or just below my waist. And I stopped there and went swimming on the way back because it felt good. And after that, there's 3.7 miles to Dave Main's Bluff. And there's about the first part of it after the river is that stinking, obnoxious weed that hurt like heck. I had to put mud on it again on the way back, and that worked great. And then of that miles, there's like 2.5 miles or 2 miles where there's a lot of rocks, and some horses have gone through when it was wet, so there's these holes, so it's a little slow going. I would not recommend driving up to Dave Main's Bluff because when I did last night, I kind of regretted it. I made it, but it's super overgrown, and as soon as you leave the river road down below, about a mile below, it goes straight up, and it was kind of unstable. So I hope I make it down fine. I would suggest that if you come here, that you park down a mile below and hike up. So that's it. Happy trails.